Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we arrived in the Calm Lands, got ourselves some capture weapons, and we're set up to start doing side quests. Before we do that, I'm getting sick and tired of using level 2 elemental spells. So let's move on the sphere grid here, and I'm not even going to talk about the stat points anymore. We're just going to go and take a look at the spells we're going to learn. The death spell I've never used, so I'm going to look into it and see if maybe I want to use it. But the point is we're getting Faraga, Thundaga, Blizzaga, and Waterga, or Waterga, or however you want to pronounce it. And I will be going around picking up these nodes here, and then we're going to head down here. Now, I don't have a level 3 lock to open this quite yet, but I will have it before too long. Okay, so that's as far as we got there. Lulu's down here now. She will head down here, and I have a level 4 key lock that I'm going to use on here, and we're going to get a level 3 lock for here very, very shortly. And the point of that is to pick up double cast, which will be very useful in the later dungeons in this game, the final dungeon and the other post game or almost post game dungeon, the one that's as hard as the final dungeon. Here, Orin actually is going to finish up his entire sphere grid. He's got one of the smaller grids of anyone. He's the second last character we get, and he's finished his grid right at the end. I'll use a level 1 lock to unlock that, even though there's nothing there. It's just empty space. And then he'll pick up the HP. I could use a level 4 lock sphere on this to get zombie attack, but as far as I know, there's only like one enemy I would ever use that on, and I don't really care enough. BMP would be nice for him, but that's all right. And then he is going to roll over here, and he's going to run right into Titus's grid, which is where... Actually, no, this isn't Titus's grid. My bad. I was thinking we were already in Titus's grid. I thought we were all the way over here. Okay, so he does have a little bit more to go. But then he'll move directly into Titus's grid and start picking up all the strength that I left right there for him. Okay, we're back. We just got a bunch of strength for him, really, and not a whole lot else. I could have unlocked this level 3 sphere or when I get one, but it's only 2 agility, and as much as Orin needs agility, it's not going to make that much difference in the grand scheme of things, and level 3 key spheres are very rare to come by for a little while. So anyway, with you, we've pretty much already seen all the things. I'm going to go over here, pick up the strength there. We'll head down here, follow this path here, and we'll end here. We've already seen these spheres since Riku's already done this part of the grid anyway. Alright, this is as far as we got with Kamari, just because I had to detour over there to get that, and down there. Yuna's, we'll just do this on screen since there's only a couple points to get here. Some agility, some evade, and a little bit of HP. There we go. And Titus. Titus is going to make himself a bit of a trip. Get Hastiga. Hastiga casts haste on your entire party. Very, very good. We're going to make really good use of that. Get some more strength for him. Agility, HP, strength, defense, and some accuracy down there at the bottom, which he definitely needs. And there we go. Other than Hastiga, nothing else particularly great that we got. The accuracy is good because I want him to be able to keep up with a decent percentage, being able to hit flying enemies, because I do use him to take them down a reasonable amount of the time. Here, we're going to continue on with Waka. We're going to get Sleep Buster, sleep for 1 turn with a higher percentage. Strength, HP, more accuracy, agility, which he needs, and the Osmo spell, which he really doesn't need. For the most part, he'll almost never run out of MP, but anyway, good enough spot there. Okay, I did do one thing I didn't mention. This was a level 2 key lock, and it leads down to some evasion, 4 agility, HP, and some MP. Down here is full break, which inflicts armor, power, magic, and mental breaks all at once. It costs 99 MP, and it's locked behind 4 level 4 key locks, which we do not have yet. So because I did that, I wasn't able to get all the way to Osmos, but we did get the Sleep Buster ability, which I use a little bit of, but not a lot. Riku. Riku's going to get a bunch more stats, but probably no skills. Strength, agility, HP, pretty much all the same stuff that we've seen before. A lot of her stats end up being 3 points. 3 points accuracy, 3 points agility, and all that. I am going to stop her right here next to this level 3 lock because I'm going to get them very, very shortly. And I want her to pick up the 8 points of strength down there. It is really, really good. And it'll help both her and Kamari out since Kamari's on her path as well. So, anyway. Alright, all finished there. Do note that down here is the full life spell locked behind a bunch of level 4 key spheres. Again, not really worthwhile going into trying to get that right now. And yeah, down here we stopped just short of where we could go so that we can unlock this very, very shortly. In fact, I think after the next boss fight. So there's that, and that finishes off everybody's sphere grid there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save because I could screw something up in the upcoming set here. So now that we've done that, we can head over here. And if you remember, I was pointing out that Belgamine was around here somewhere. So let's go talk to her. Game, come on. I'm right on top of her.
Oh, you again. You're quite the notorious traitor these days.
Yeah.
What's it to you?
Oh, you shouldn't take what the Maesters say too seriously. For summoners, destroying sin is everything. We are no tools of Yevon. Understand?
Interesting perspective on it, and very fast delivery on that line.
Are you up to the task?
I do not know, but I will do my best.
I'm sure we got
You've
this
got
in covered.
spirit, but you'll need more to beat sin. An Aeon duel. Show me what you're made of.
Sure thing. You probably want to do this one.
But before we begin, I've just healed your Aeons for you. Let us begin.
So she's a white mage too, I guess. Now, since we've had 2 Aeons that we've obtained since the last time we battled her, she is using Shiva and not Bahamut. Which is good for us, because we want to use Bahamut. Yeah.
Choose your Aeon well, Summoner.
Now, one of the things that's somewhat interesting about this is, what is it? It's kind of interesting, this whole battle. I think they, like, nerfed some of the damage that you can deal in this fight for some reason or another. But if you have haste, that would make things a lot easier for you. If you don't have haste, then, you know, you'll probably just be relying on your overdrives. But as we showed before, Bahamut has all these. But yeah, for some reason, they just don't do any kind of damage. And then she gives us this little tutorial about trying to, you know, raise stats and stuff. And we don't have access to doing this quite yet. What's a physical attack do? Not much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch Mega Flare. Now, I've done this off screen, so we don't get the full animation here, but you'll see it eventually anyway. But yeah, Bahamut has the natural ability to break the damage limit. The damage limit in this game, like pretty much every other Final Fantasy game, is 9,999, which is why we got the achievement for dealing that amount of damage before.
Stop. That is enough.
And Bahamut is able to break that limit up to 99,999 by default. Your other Aeons cannot do that until you do some side questing later on in the game. In fact, you can do some of it now.
Impressive. Remarkable talent. Traitor or no, you may have what it takes to beat sin. Take this. You have earned it.
But that's a useless prize that I don't need. The power spheres, I heard that you got speed spheres if you lose, and you need speed spheres around this point in the plot more than you need power spheres, so I don't really know why you're getting these. But for defeating her, you get the Aeon Soul, which is more important.
I think you will do just fine. But if you ever feel like you want more training, seek the hidden temple of Remium.
I think I will
be
do
waiting
that.
there. Farewell.
The only problem is, we have no way of... I'm going to skip this. Blasted tutorials. Yeah, we have no way of getting to the Remium Temple at the moment. By the way, what they were showing off is we now have access to attributes here, so we can choose someone like Bahamut and go and build up its agility by 1 point by expending all of those speed spheres. Since we have a bunch of extra power spheres, take a look, 95, we can drop that all the way down to 68, and all we gain is 1 point of strength. For the most part, it's entirely useless. I wouldn't mind throwing a few points of agility in if I'm maxed on speed spheres. I won't mention this on screen again, but if you want to, you can raise specific stats of your Aeons there, and the lower the base stats, like accuracy is pretty low, so it only costs 9 to raise it by 1. So the lower it is, the better you'll be able to make use of it. So you could try and do this if you want to artificially raise stats, but it's actually far more effective to just raise unit stats. So going through the game and getting her levels is actually more efficient. But you could try and do whatever you want. What's your accuracy? Sure, we'll raise that by 1. Why not? For the most part, I would spend them on raising your agility, because agility, you really, really want more agility. Anyway, enough of that. Now that we've done that, we want to head over here to the northwest. And if you remember what I was saying in the last episode, the more difficult enemies can be found up here. Like these guys, Anacondors. Now, they can inflict stone on you, pretty obvious, but you may want to do some stealing from these guys, because they give you petrify grenades, and if you get 60 of them, you can put Stone Strike on one of your weapons. And I actually do want to put Stone Strike on one of my weapons, and of course you're going to miss. And let's see here. Let's have you do one attack, and we'll bring in Titus to finish him off. Now, no, I don't have the elemental weapon anymore, but if I did, even though he absorbs thunder elemental damage there, I still wouldn't heal him because I have other elements on there that I can make use of. So he uses Stone Gaze. It only hits 1, so it's not, super difficult to deal with. But, of course, you do want to be careful. I usually use Elbed potions instead of softs at this stage in the game, just because I have so many of them right now. But I would like to pick up enough of the Petrify Grenades so that I can have 60 of them, so that I can put Stone Strike on one of the capture weapons. In fact, it's going to go on Kamari's weapon, because he just doesn't deal enough damage outright to be particularly useful in dealing damage at the end of the game, because of the path I chose him to go down, Riku's path. Let's see, we're going to bring in Lulu. She'll just guard. He also has Sonic Tail, which deals damage to everyone, and might be able to inflict status effects. I don't recall. And Titus back in to finish things off. There we go. So now I think we've got, 4 different enemies left to capture now? Not bad, not bad. And, of course, you can get soft shields and stuff like that from... Where is my abilities? I am blind. Make sure we're keeping up on healing. Try and bring in some faster characters instead of my slowest characters. And we'll continue going up here. This is the area where you'll find a lot of those more difficult enemies. Now, over here... You barely see it there from a distance, but we have the next Elbed Primer. So we want to pick up that. Then we want to talk to you. Okay, that was a battle with one of the Fire Flans. Now, after you've done enough sphere gridding with Lulu, her magic stat might be so high that even a normal Blizzard spell will be able to kill them. If that's the case, you'll want to upgrade to an elemental, level 2 elemental spell to deal about 1,000 or 1,200 damage to the Flans before trying to capture them, to make it easier. And just choose, well, since they're fire, so they're obviously going to absorb fire, they're weak to ice, so use either water or thunder there. If I said something that didn't make sense, you know what I mean. The 2 that aren't associated with them being weak or strong against. Alright, so let's talk to you. Well, I've already done a bunch of it. but it'd be nice to have access to a Chocobo. Might be faster than waiting for the Chocobos. Well, why don't you let me commit suicide by offering to train a Chocobo? This is the worst side quest in this entire game. It is. It's stupid, it's annoying, doesn't make any sense, and it basically fights you. You're trying to get all the way to where she is from where you are on a Chocobo that goes wherever the hell it wants to. You can try and steer it, but it doesn't really work all that well. Alright, as ready as ever. Basically, it'll start running all over the place, so let it stay for a while, and then when it tries to move, try and counter it. You want to be going as straight as possible for as long as possible, and make sure you don't miss between the Chocobo and the lady there, otherwise you will not win. And there we go. Now, as soon as you beat the target time, you automatically train Chocobo and you can ride it wherever you want. However, there is more advanced training. If you tie or break the record that you've set, you will get a new prize. The first time it's an elixir, subsequent times I think it's an X potion for this one. It'll be different for each one. I quit. Bye-bye. I'm not doing the rest of the Chocobo-related side quests at the moment. So, yeah, don't be so happy that you're going to get to see me suffer. Up here, we'll just press the circle button to get off, or the right button on your thing, and talk to this guy. You're not moving, unless something really unique happens. So yeah, he won't let you buy. There's something down there that we want to pick up, but we won't be able to get it until we do something unique. Something that we can show him. Now, we could do more monster capturing right now if we wanted to, but I don't really feel the need to do that. There's a random thing in the wall or in the floor that's stopping me from moving. What I do want to do is I want to head down here and I want to talk to you. Gorge is called the Scar. Say that when High Summoner cornered Sin here, tore the earth here asunder with the last of its strength. And we had heard a little bit about this when we were speaking with Maken as well. This is Gandalf. Gandalf. Whatever. Yeah, it's a short little half cutscene thing, which is really, really weird, but I figured I'd show it off. Now, this is a very large area, and you might think that there are treasure chests all over the place, and there are not. There are very few treasure chests around here. Some of them are right down here. Here we get 5,000 gil. And 10,000 gil. And I think there's one more to the northwest, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember for sure, so I'm not going to go looking for it right now. Instead, we're going to follow up on what Belgamina had said, and we're going to see if we can go find where her Remium Temple is. Now, one thing, do not go south right now, because what'll happen until we go out to the north exit, where you see in the top right corner where Chocobo just came out, until we go through there, the Chocobo rental thing will only appear in the top left corner of this area. Once we go through there, it'll appear pretty much at any exit that we come out into the Calmlands, save for the one at the Monster Arena there. So if you go out there now, you'll have to physically walk with no Chocobo all the way back to the northwest to get Chocobo again. So don't do that yet. Go over here though, there is a Chocobo feather. Press button on there, and we can do a little jump. And then we can head in here. Now, this is Remium Temple. Remium Temple is basically a den of side quests. There's 2 main side quests. Well, I guess technically 3 side quests we can do here. But it's got a cool camera angle as we come in, and it looks awesome. It just is associated with a lot of tedious memories of doing Chocobo-related things here. Now, I believe, is the book on this side? There's a book on one of the sides over here. And there's, there it is. That's an L-bed sphere there. So there's 14 or 24 or whatever it is. Oh yeah, this just tells you about the side quests here. They come to the Forgotten Temple to test each other's speed and skill. You are here because you've been accepted as a rider, and Chocobo custom that challenge the champion Chocobo, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's just a stupid side quest that's kind of tedious, and you start on one side. In our case, we have to start on the right side. Champion starts on the left side. And we go about the little maze quest thingy that we'll be able to see in the next one, because I don't have time to do it for today. And if we head inside here, we can talk to Belgamine. She's actually in there. I'm not going to do that today either. What I am going to do is I'm going to go over my preparations for it. Now, I mentioned a few times about picking up some additional items, and those were for a specific reason. Where is it? We picked up the fire gems, and we only need 4 of them. We can teach Firaga, or however you want to pronounce it, to Ifrit. So we want to do that. And then Shiva, we got 4 of the ice gems from stealing from the, who are they? The Chimera brains there. So we'll teach you Blizzaga. And Bahamut, unfortunately, I don't have anything particularly useful that I can teach to you at the moment. The next thing I want to teach you is Curaga, but I don't have enough Mega Potions for that. I think I need like 80 of them. It's ridiculously high. So we're not going to get that for a little while. But he's already got pretty much all the useful spells that I need him to have. You could teach him, maybe one of the null spells in combination with his haste, and that could make him really useful. In fact, I am going to teach him null shock, because I'm going to use him for a specific purpose. Also note that he doesn't currently have his overdrive. So what I'm going to do in between episodes is I'm going to go back outside there, and I'm going to build up his overdrive, and we're going to get ready, because next time we're going to do pretty much all the side quests that are in this area, as long as we can fit them all in. So anyway, like I said, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.